helps you guys at all in terms of being able to see. And then I will give you a little bit of music. And let's get started. Let's lie down on our backs actually, and keep your block off to the side where you'll be able to grab it. And we're gonna get started actually in Shavasana. So you're welcome. You can just lie down, let your legs go nice and long, your arms go nice and long. Let the back of your head just rest on the ground. Close your eyes if you can, or just soften your gaze. That's okay too. Take a full breath in. Maybe even open up your mouth, let your lips part, let the breath slowly empty out. And then bring one hand to your belly. Just let it rest there. And start to bend your knees, plant your feet just a little bit wider than your hips. And then either stay here or let your knees start to knock together. We call this like constructive rest. And so you're finding this internal rotation of the thighs, of the hips. And with at least one hand on your belly, take a breath in and see if you can feel your belly rise into your palm. And breathe all the way out. Notice how it just starts to fall naturally. Take a few more rounds of breath with that awareness, so that deep belly breathing. Try not to rush it, so see if you can lengthen the inhale as well as the exhale. Nice and slowly take your arms out like a T shape and let your palms flip up. And then just start to separate your knees a little bit apart. Take a breath in right here. And let both knees fall over to the right. So it doesn't have to be like all the way down, of course, but just to a point where you feel maybe a little stretch in the front of your left quad. Maybe your left hip. And then inhale back through center. Exhale over to the left. Pausing here just for a little bit as you breathe in and out. Use your inhale to pick both knees up. I want you to grab that block and place it in between your thighs here. Like it was almost like a hot dog, right? So not so much the flat part, but the medium setting. So as you hug that block in, maybe even consider heel toeing your feet a little closer together so you can really squeeze that block. And then see if you can pick your feet up and let your knees stack right on top of your hip. So you just create this 90-degree angle. Readjust the block if you need to. See if you can flex through your feet. Take a breath in right here. And then maybe even consider flipping your palms down towards the ground. Stay. Now you're really going to use your belly right here as you inhale. And then as you exhale, just start to tip both knees over to the right. Don't let them fall. Maybe you find that point where you hover. And then squeeze the block. Use the inhale to lift the knees back up to stack. And then exhale over to the left. It's like this windshield wipering action. Now, if that does not feel okay and it's too much in your low back, you can just pause here and then maybe even keep your feet lifted or drop your feet down and press your hands into your thighs. At the same time, think about pressing your thighs back into your hands and you'll feel your low belly turn on. So whatever you choose, whether it's that windshield wiper movement or the isometric movement, take about 3 to 6 more rounds of breath wherever you are. Be easy on yourself. Notice what comes up. For me, this sort of work is like mentally a game. It's easier for me to inhale and do a pose and exhale to do another, or just be still in Shavasana. So find your breath wherever you've landed. Oh, nice. And then let your feet return back to the ground, but keep your block in between your thighs. Take your arms down along your sides. Your palms will flip down. Press into your feet and then lift your seat. So you're using the block to keep your legs active, to maybe even recruit the muscles in the glutes muscles, so you can lessen the load on your low back. So it becomes a little bit more about strength rather than how deep can this back bend be. Take one more breath in and then slowly return back to the ground. So nice. And then remove that block, just place it off to the side. And if it feels okay, rock your way up front to back to a seat or roll to your side and press yourself up. Have that block close by. Maybe bring it towards the front of your mat. And then bring your right shin in front of the left. As you sit up nice and tall, hands to your knees, breathe in. Drop your chin to your chest. And then roll your right ear over to the right. And then chin back through center, left ear to the left. Chin back to center. And then lift the top of your head. Sweep the arms out and up. Take a breath in as you sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, twist over to the right, left hand to your right knee. Now keep that hand where it is. Reach the right hand up, face the front. And let the right arm cross on top of the left, like the letter X. Now lift the fingertips, find eagle arms. Maybe even grab the shoulders, take a breath in to lift the elbows, lift the forearm, maybe even lift the face. And then exhale to round forward, like tip forward. And think about your upper back stretching apart. You'll feel it if you send your hands away from your face. And then rise back up, take a breath in, release the arms, take them out like a letter T. And the back of your hands draw back, your heart goes forward, maybe even lift your chin. And then as you exhale, collect the palms together, but keep the arms long in front of you. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms forward and then let them rise up overhead. Take a breath in, look up. And then exhale, release. Switch. What leg is in front? Your left shin is forward. Arms will rise back up. Take a breath in. And exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes to your knee. And then reach the left hand up, face the front. Let it cross on top. And then lift the fingertips. It's eagle arms again. Can the elbows, maybe the face, rise? And then exhale to round forward so you can find that space, stretch. And then rise back up. Take a breath in. Unravel the arms, take them wide apart like a T. Take a breath in, heart forward, hands back, chin lift. And then exhale, palms together. Interlace the fingers, flip them forward, and then up and overhead. And then release. And start to take your way or make your way to hands and knees, tabletop pose. And then grab that block, place it in between your thighs. Readjust your knees to where they need to be. Really firmly place your hands onto the ground. And take a round of cat-cow. Lift your chest, take a breath in. And then exhale, press into your hands, round your upper back, drop your head. And then back to neutral, back to tabletop pose. Tuck your toes under. Now think about squeezing that block. Float your knees a few inches off the ground. Yeah, like shins parallel to the ground. Take a breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then keep that block, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Readjust the feet if you need to. A full breath in to stay. Open your mouth as you empty. Now keep the block, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Land in a forward fold, halfway lift, breathe in. Hands catch your hips. Keep pressing down through your feet and stand all the way up. You'll rise. Arms done along your sides. Keep spreading your toes wide apart. Spread your fingers wide apart. Stay for the inhale. Open your mouth. Sweep the arms out and up and rise. And then sit back into chair pose with that block. Take a full breath in to lift the chest. And then tip it forward, sweep the arms back, maybe even lift the heels up. Do that again. Sit back into chair, arms rise. And then tip the chest and sweep the arms back, maybe lift the heels. Stand all the way up. This time, hook the thumbs overhead, take the elbows wide. But I really want you to squeeze that block in. Feel the glutes turn on to then find a back bend. You're gonna apply that in a different shape. Take one more breath in. Soften the knees and fold forward. Hinge at the hips. Halfway lift. Keep that block. Walk the hands forward. Downward facing dog. Stay for the inhale. Long exhale. And start to rise up to your toes. Drop your knees down. Back into that tabletop pose. Keep the block. Hug it in. Lift the heart. And exhale, round into your cat. Now keep the block, shift the weight forward onto a plank, knees on or off the mat, and then lower all the way down to the ground. So you're still keeping that block in between the thighs. We're going to point the toes back, take the hands a little wider apart. Now press the tops of your feet down to squeeze the legs even more, and then the heart will rise. So you won't come up as high, that's okay. You're letting the legs do a little more work to protect the back. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, release to the earth. Hands under shoulders, tabletop pose. Remove that block, place it off to the side, keep it close by. Tuck your toes under, float the knees. Take a breath in, hips back and up, downward facing dog. Finding a little more flow, stay for the inhale. Walk your hands back to your feet on the exhale. All of that same action, even without the block, let it happen. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands catch your hips, stand all the way up, rise. Sweep the arms out and up, take a breath in. Sit back into chair pose. Think about that block, even though it's not there. Breathe in, tip the chest forward, sweep the arms back, lift the heels. Do that again, sit back in the chair, and then tip forward and sweep. Stand all the way up, hook the thumbs overhead, take elbows wide, Squeeze the glutes to lift the heart. And then exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. And then pull forward to plank, knees on or off the mat. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Hands go wide, toes point back, lift the heart. And then exhale, release. Hands back under your shoulders, press back to child's pose. Pausing here, breath in, bigger exhale. And start to shift the weight forward. Tabletop. Lift the heart, cow. Exhale, round cat. And start to walk your hands up your thighs. You'll land on your knees here. Bring the arms out and up, rise up. Big breath in. And then step your right foot forward, coming into a lunge. One more inhale right here. And then left hand forward, right hand goes back. Now, like you did before, right arm will reach up. Let it stack on top of the left. Find eagle arms. You'll lift the fingertips. Take a breath in to lift the forearms, the face. And then exhale, your elbows tap inside the right knee. Do that one more time. Inhale, rise back up. And then exhale, you round. And then come back up. Unravel the arms. Take them out like a T. Open the chest. And then exhale, bring the hands together in front of you. Interlace the fingers. Flip them up and overhead. One last inhale to really find that chest opening. And then release. Hands come down to frame your foot. Tuck the back toes and lift the knee off the ground. Spin the back heel down, come up, warrior two. And then start to reverse your warrior. Right hand will rise. Side angle, forearm to your thigh, left arm over your ear. One more breath in, get really long. Back to warrior two. Straighten the legs, pick the right toes up, let them parallel the left. And then forward fold. Dropping the head. Maybe even shake it out, yes and no. Soften something, let it go. And then your halfway lift, find it. Start to frame your right foot at the top of your mat. Look forward, take a breath in. Step your left foot up to meet the right. Halfway lift at the top of your mat. Hands catch your hips, stand all the way up. You're gonna sweep the arms out and up, and then start to sit back into chair. Now take a breath in right here. Left hand forward, right hand goes back. Last time on this side to do the same thing. Right arm will rise. Let it stack on top of the left. Find eagle arms first. Shift the weight into the right foot. And then stack the left leg on top, full eagle pose. If you want your left big toe on the ground, awesome. But think about hugging in with the inner thighs. Like, even though you don't have that block, it's the same idea. Now, here's the added challenge. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, maybe bring elbows towards your knees. Take one more inhale right here. Maybe embrace a wobble. As you exhale, slowly unravel that left leg behind you. Land in a high lunge. The ball of the back foot lands. Arms will rise. Take a breath in. Find warrior two to the back of your mat. You get to give that right leg a break. And then again, reverse your warrior, but this on this side. Side angle as you breathe out. And then come back up, warrior two. Straighten the legs, reach the arms high. Forward fold. Take your halfway lift, breathe in length. See the front of your mat, frame your right foot. And then drop your left knee down. Sweep the arms back up. Take a breath in. Right knee comes to meet the left. Bring your hands to your heart right here. I want you to think about that block. Actually, grab the block, place it in between your thighs. As you hug that block in, hands at your heart. I mean, think about lifting your heart or your sternum towards your thumbs, finding camel pose. And often the shape is like, how low can we go, right? Like how deep can the back bend be? I want you to think about how much your heart can lift up here. Can you hug that block in? Take a full breath in to stay. Soften your face. Lift the chest back up. Let it stack on top of the hips. You rise. Release that block. Place it off to the side. Pause for a moment. And then maybe even just sit back on your heels as a moment of reset. You're just here for the breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. Come back onto your knees. Sweep the arms up. And step the left foot forward. Into that lunge, take a breath in, reach higher. Right hand forward, left hand goes back. Twist. And reach the left hand up. Let it stack on top of the right. You've got it. Eagle arms right here. Take a breath in to lift the forearms, the elbows. And then exhale to round, elbows inside the knee. Do that one more time. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, you round. Stay in that lunge. But come back up, unravel the arms, take them wide apart, open the chest, and then bring the hands together in front of you. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms up, take a big inhale to rise up. And then release, hands come down, framing that left foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, spin the heel down, rise up, warrior two. Reverse your warrior, left hand rises. Side angle, forearm to thigh, right arm over your ear. You're not here long, just a big breath in to lengthen. Back to warrior two. Straighten the legs, pick the left toes up, let them parallel the right. Wide leg forward fold. You do let the head drop. Stay here for a moment, maybe bend one knee and then the other. The back of your neck, lengthen. And then find your halfway lift. See your left foot, frame it to the top of your mat. Now look forward on the inhale. Step your right foot up to meet the left. Fold, halfway lift. Hands catch your hips, stand all the way up at the top. And then here you go. Sweep the arms out and up, rise. Sit back into chair. Now stay here. Take a breath in. Right hand forward, left hand goes back. Pick the left arm up, face the front. Let it stack on top. Eagle arms. Now this time the weight goes into the left foot. Right knee stacks on top. Full eagle pose. See if you can find that hugging in action. Keep that. And then maybe slowly elbows draw towards your knees. Stay there. And then unravel the right leg behind you. Unravel the arms, land in a high lunge. Soften the back knee. Take a breath in, think about your chest rising higher. And then warrior two to the back of your mat. Right knee will bend. Reverse warrior, right hand rises. Side angle right here. Back to warrior two. Last time to straighten the legs, parallel the feet. Let it feel good. Fold forward with ease. Soften the knees if you need to. Halfway lift. Back to frame your left foot. Drop your right knee down. Sweep the arms high. Left knee comes to meet the right. Grab your block if you'd like. Bring it in between your thighs. Hug the block in. And either hands come back to your heart center for your last camel pose, or you can take your hands to your low back. Maybe thumbs drawing in. If fists make sense, find that. I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Think about your elbows drawing straight back behind you, and then hug that block. Feel the glutes turn on, and then lift through the chest. Wherever you are, So it's not about how deep you go back. Make it more about how much your heart is lifting, your chest opening. And then don't forget your breath. You're here just for 2. In and out through your nose, last one. And then slowly, slowly use the belly to let the chest, the torso rise back up. And then you can sit back on your heels or take that block, maybe on the medium height, put it in between your feet. And you can sit back on it. If that feels okay on your knees, awesome. If not, find a full seat. You're just here for a moment or 2. Palms rest on your knees or your thighs. Stay here. Take a breath in all the way to the top. Open your mouth. Slow exhale to get empty. Do that one more time. Breathe all the way in. All the way out. Again, drop your chin to your chest. Roll your right ear over towards the right. And then chin back through center. Left ear to the left. Chin back through center. And slowly let the top of your head lift up right here. One more inhale through your nose. Open your mouth. And when you're ready, find a seat. Take that block out to the side. And your legs come out in front of you. And give them a nice little shake. Make sure you have enough space behind you to slowly return to your back, right where you started, right? Arms down along your sides, legs nice and long. Just take a moment here to pause. Big breath in. Long exhale. And start to bend your knees, plant your feet. You'll toe your feet a little wider apart and knock your knees together. Just for a moment of constructive rest. Maybe even arms out like a T with your palms flipping up. And if this feels good, you stay or split the knees apart like you did before at the beginning of class. Breathe in. Nice and gently let both knees fall over to the right. And back through center. And let both fall over to the left. And back through center. If you like, if it feels good, hug your knees to your armpits. Just like a supported happy baby pose. Maybe a little rock side to side. And one more breath in right here. Hug everything in. And then return to where you started. Finding rest. And let the back of your head sink towards the ground. Soften the ankles, soften the hips. Soften the shoulders. Soften the wrists. Soften the jaw, the features of your face. Allow the eyes to be heavy. And the breath at ease. This moment of restoration be for you. Maybe like before, you bring one hand to your belly, maybe the other hand next to that. And take a bigger breath in. Feel the belly rise on your inhale. Slow exhale, notice it fall. Start to bend your knees. Allow them to fall to one side and you roll to the side. And you press yourself up. And sitting up nice and tall. Allow your hands to find your heart center. And feel your sternum, your chest lift towards your thumbs. Slightly bow your chin towards that space. And just find a moment of gratitude towards yourself. Or just honor yourself for creating space and time in your day, again, to show up. And take your thumb tips to the center of your forehead. As always, letting this practice be a reminder of ways you can sprinkle a little more kindness towards yourself. Sprinkle a little bit more of it into your day. And you can share that kindness with others. Namaste.